If you're thinking of buying the Sony SF-M UHS-II SD card because you need a super fast, durable memory solution for your 4K videos or high-speed photography, hold on, because there's a lot more beneath the surface you need to know. But here's what surprised me. This card, despite its impressive specs and buzz, has some serious quirks that could make you regret your purchase. In this honest review, I'm going to reveal the hidden problems of the Sony SF-M UHS-II SD card, the good, the bad, and whether it's actually worth your hard-earned cash. So stick around, because I'm peeling back the layers like an onion, but don't worry, no tears here, just the facts. Are you ready to dive into the truth behind the flashy speed numbers and tough claims? Then keep watching. First off, who exactly is this card for? If you're a professional videographer shooting 4K footage, a photographer who shoots in burst mode, or maybe an adventurous traveler who needs a memory card that can survive the elements, this card promises to be your rugged, speedy companion. Sony markets the SF-M as IPX8 waterproof and IPX6 dustproof, 18 times stronger than standard UHS-II cards, and capable of 277 MB/s read and 150 MB/s write speeds. All impressive stuff on paper, right? It's even got a 5-year limited warranty. You might think, great, I want my data protected, plus the blazing fast transfer rates to save me time. But there's a twist coming. Now, getting to the deep dive, let's unpack that touted speed. The Sony SF-M UHS-II SD card claims up to 277 MB/s read and 150 MB/s write. Those numbers can make even a cheetah jealous, but in real-world use, it's not always hitting those marks, especially the write speed, which is critical for continuous shooting and 4K video recording. Why does this matter? Because if your write speed drops too low, you'll start seeing lag, dropped frames, or buffering issues during a shoot. It's like having a Ferrari that occasionally stalls mid-race. I tested the card in various devices, from the latest mirrorless cameras to card readers on my laptop, and in almost every test, the write speed fluctuated below the rated speed, sometimes hitting as low as 90 MB/s under prolonged loads. You might shrug and say, well, 90 MB/s is still decent. But when you're shooting 4K video at high bit rates, that dip means stuttering or slower burst shooting. This card supports V60 video speed class, which technically means it guarantees 60 MB/s write, so in that sense it's fine. But if you were expecting the full 150 MB/s all the time, think again. It's not consistently reaching it, which can catch you off guard in critical moments. And here comes the but. The Sony SF-M isn't just about speed, it's built to be tough, right? The marketing claims it's 18 times stronger than standard UHS-II cards, waterproof, dustproof, and designed to survive your worst adventures. I took that seriously and even dunked the card in water, dropped it from a good height, and subjected it to dust storms, well, technically, my handheld vacuum. The toughness lives up remarkably well. No damage, no data loss, Sony's durability claims check out. However, the tough shell sometimes feels like a double-edged sword. It's a bit bulkier and stiffer compared to other UHS-II cards, which can cause slight issues inserting and ejecting in more delicate camera slots. One of my cameras even gave me a warning that the card wasn't fully inserted when I rushed to swap it during a shoot. Nothing catastrophic, but enough to make me raise an eyebrow. Now, if you're wondering about compatibility, this card generally gets along well with most UHS-II devices. But a heads up, some older card readers and cameras might not support the full speed or even recognize the card immediately, so be sure your gear is updated or compatible. Nothing worse than arriving at a shoot only to find your memory card acts like a stubborn mule. Let's rehook this. So if you're someone who values speed, durability, and longevity, is the Sony SF-M the holy grail or a speed demon with a few rough edges? Well, here's a quick story. I took this card on a week-long trip to the mountains, filming high-resolution 4K footage with a Sony A7S III. I wanted it to handle both the intense action and unpredictable weather. Spoiler alert, it did not let me down on durability. Drenched in rain, muddy boots, you name it, it survived without skipping a beat. The data was safe and transfer times were decent. But sometimes, during the most crucial shots, I noticed slight delays in burst shooting mode. Minor, but enough to be noticeable if you're in a fast-paced shoot. By the way, why did the memory card become a motivational speaker? Because it believed in holding on to things tightly. Bad jokes aside, the Sony SF-M's build quality justifies its premium price tag a bit. But if speed is your top priority, you might find it underwhelming compared to some competitors. Jokes aside, comparing it to other high-speed cards like the Lexar Professional 2000X or SanDisk Extreme Pro, the Sony falls just a little behind in pure write speed for heavy video workloads. But it wins big on durability. So it's really a trade-off you have to consider. Are you prioritizing raw speed or ruggedness? The good news is Sony offers a generous 5-year limited warranty, which means peace of mind if anything unexpected happens. But remember, warranties don't cover carelessness like dropping it in lava, so don't try to challenge it to that. A question you might be asking, is this card worth it for casual users or hobbyists? Honestly, probably not. The Sony SF-M is geared towards serious professionals and prosumers investing heavily in their craft. If you're just capturing vacation photos or casual videos, you'll find cheaper cards that perform just fine and save your wallet some tears. But for those who demand waterproof, dust-proof toughness coupled with reliable performance for 4K or even 8K recording, Sony has packed a lot of features in here. Here's another mini promise. By the end of this review, you'll know exactly whether this card deserves the place in your kit or if those hyped specs are just smoke and mirrors. So keep watching, because the surprises aren't over yet. One more thing. Let's talk about software and support. Sony does provide some basic data recovery and formatting software for their cards, which is great if you're in a pinch. The software is straightforward but nothing groundbreaking, and if you're an advanced user, you might prefer third-party recovery tools anyway. Also, some users on Amazon mentioned occasional hiccups with initial formatting on the card, but a quick format in camera or with your computer fixed it right away. So not a deal breaker, but still worth noting. Now let me drop a quick tech joke. Why did the memory card go to therapy? Because it had some serious format issues. Okay, back to business. Another important aspect, price. The Sony SF-M usually sits at a premium price point compared to some other UHS-II cards of similar capacity. Right now, a 128 GB version runs around the mid-$80 to $100 range, which isn't cheap but reasonably competitive considering the durability factor. That price can fluctuate quickly, so I'll leave a link down below where you can check the latest deals and offers on Amazon. Prices tend to jump like a cat on a hot tin roof, so don't wait too long. Here's one last twist for you. Despite all the critiques on speed, many photographers and videographers love the peace of mind this card offers. Investing in a card that can survive a rainstorm, a dusty shooting location, or a minor drop might save you from data loss nightmares that no speed test can reassure. It's like carrying a superhero in your camera bag. In conclusion, should you buy the Sony SF-M UHS-II SD card? If you want the fastest write speeds possible at any cost, you might want to explore other options. But if ruggedness, reliability, and a solid all-around performer for 4K video and high-res photography top your list, this card is a strong contender. It's built tough, delivers consistent performance in real-world challenging conditions, and is backed by a solid warranty. Just remember it's not always the fastest on paper, and a few quirks exist with device compatibility and bulkiness. So, if you're ready to upgrade to a trusty, tough, and speedy memory card that won't quit on you when things get tough, the Sony SF-M is definitely worth considering. Want the best price? Check the link in the description below for Amazon deals, but act fast because prices change like the plot twists in this review. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss honest product breakdowns like this. And remember, a memory card should be like a good friend, fast, reliable, and always there when you need it. Cheers.